Welcome to Fast Foods Fast. This is the cooking show where you get to learn about the fast foods that God gave us and how fast you could fix them in your own kitchen. Now, today we are all about breastfeeding. How lactating mothers can get themselves to have plenty of milk. And of course, you could also try out other things, but this would also help you. That's what we are looking at today. I will be your host, Lois Otiende. This is my co-host,
Tabitha Ocheng. My pleasure to be here.
And our special guest,
of course, Jacqueline Mudeu.
So we'll be looking at all these things, and we would like you to stay tuned onto our first recipe. So we will begin with this. We already had this pre-boiled. Just have a look at that. What we have in there is just carrots, leek, and raw bananas boiled in a little bit of pink salt. Hope you can see that. So we'll be making some soup out of that. Okay, and then the next thing we'll be throwing into that soup is this black bean, white-eyed peas.
Locally known as Njahi.
Yes. So this is white-eyed peas, but when you cook it, it all goes black or dark brown. That's fine. And then we'll also be putting in there some tomatoes, okay, in the soup. So basically that will be it. Okay. So what we'll be doing, if you have your raw bananas, you just boil it together with the carrots and leeks.
And leeks, yes.
In salt, just for a few minutes. Don't overcook this, okay? So you just have it for a few minutes. This is also boiled already in some salt. And then you blend all the ingredients and then just warm it back into the stove and take it as some soup. So probably you could have that with maybe another. You can have the soup with something else.
Butternut.
Yeah.
Pumpkins.
But remember, it's already heavy.
Whole grain
Yes,
wheat
it's
bread.
already quite...
Actually, whole grain wheat bread goes very well with this soup because it also enhances the production
of milk.
But it needs to be the organic whole grain. Yeah, not the hybridized
Have you
one.
had that?
I did.
Organic.
I did.
Organic, yes.
Not hybridized.
Not hybridized.
Okay.
So what are we going to put in there? So we'll have this. So why would we have these black beans? Of course, we need proteins.
You need
because
proteins.
as we are looking at lactation, we're not just looking at, as I was
Wait
saying.
first, what's lactation?
Lactation is breastfeeding.
Yeah, breastfeeding, or you can say production of milk through the mammary glands. Yeah, let's continue.
Yeah, so basically that's what we are addressing today. And what we are looking at is we need not just a lot of milk. We need milk that is quality.
Yes, quality.
Because we have some people who also breastfeed and they have
a lot of milk,
but the children still look malnourished. Okay, so
they don't thrive.
Yeah, so you'll notice that sometimes you might have a lot of milk, but the protein and iron content in milk have a lot to do with the way a child looks. Okay,
now I know.
Yeah.
Why a particular community in this country they use black beans.
Yeah, and their children are
and they're good, very
well built,
very well built,
very impressive to look at. Yes, I know someone who is watching this is enjoying what I'm saying because they can confirm what I'm saying is true.
That's right.
Okay, so
we're ready to go.
So we'll put in this. We'll start with this because
the black beans.
Yes. Black beans rich in proteins, rich in ions as well. But I think just do this first into the blender.
I do this into the blender.
So quickly, just have that there.
We are good.
You won't need.
We are good.
You won't need. You won't need. Okay, fine. Okay. You will not need. Okay. So you could scoop half of this inside there.
Not the whole lot, Lois.
No. Are you lactating? You want to drink it?
I know someone who is. I know someone who's lactating.
Okay.
So is that good enough?
Yeah, that's enough. Then
Yep.
put half of these tomatoes in.
Okay, if you could just have that on this side. Half the tomatoes.
Okay.
There.
So let's hope our blender will not disappoint us. So you
Okay,
could
so
just
we're ready to
blend
go.
that.
Okay. That
Okay,
should be
I would
good.
recommend that you put in just more beans and more tomatoes now.
You want that, okay.
Where's the spoon?
We don't
you.
want this to be insufficient for our lactating mothers.
Okay, so all of it.
Okay.
And
The
yeah.
tomatoes.
So you're talking of quality of
Yeah,
the
not
milk.
just quantity. Yeah, we don't want people going like, how come they're lactating and they look like that? You know? Yeah.
But we should
blending
also
again.
remember the fact that breastfed children are always lean. It doesn't mean that they have to be obese, so for you to know that your child is healthy, but breast milk fed children are usually lean. Not
Good.
lean to look
I will-
malnourished, yeah?
Can we say that after I'm done with this? That's heavy now.
Okay. But just we'll give you time.
Yeah.
That is going to be very useful.
That now is heavy. So yes, Jackie, you're making a point.
Yeah, in as much as we're talking about njahi or the white black beans, making the children to be maybe-
Well-built.
Yeah,
We're
well
talking
built
about
doesn't
well-built,
mean
not
yeah,
fat.
not fat to be obese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There. So I think we can handle this now. Okay.
Okay.
Nothing. Yeah, that's done.
That's okay. Okay. So probably, Jackie, you could hand us as a bigger saucepan. Then we could make this soup here.
This will be enough. This will be enough.
Okay. Yep,
Yeah.
that should do. Okay. Looks good. Huh? Yeah, very rich. Now, you mentioned something that I would really want us to talk about, and that is stress.
Yeah.
Just not resting enough. Yeah, because you realize our mothers, yeah, the young mothers, you have everything to do. You're working, you have other siblings to take care of,
Sure.
Yeah.
so that lactating becomes just part of the process.
Yeah.
And when you get really overworked, you probably won't be able to
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be
produce
produce the milk.
enough milk.
Sure.
Oh, this is. I think we'll do a bit of water in
Yeah,
it.
just do a bit
Yeah,
of water in
'cause-
it. And then we're going to put in a little bit of olive oil as well. And then we'll just let it
simmer a bit.
just put
Okay, I wanted this. Careful, I don't want any of these remaining here, Lois.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, we know you don't like the
That's
waste,
good.
but we are making a fast food.
Yeah, this is fast because it's nearly done.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So this would also be good.
the-
You could add in whatever things you prefer to flavor it with, but be careful not to put in too much that could also cause colic.
yeah, so
So we put in a bit of olive
you
oil.
know, you keep mentioning some things and you just brush over them. colic.
Yeah.
Yes, so sometimes when our children suffer so much from the colic pains, it's
Yeah.
because of how the mother is feeding.
Yeah.
as well.
The stress
Yeah.
levels of a mother will easily transfer into a child as colic pain.
Yeah.
Yes, that's important for us to know.
Okay.
So whatever you eat affects your breast milk.
Yes, so that you eat well and that translates to good quality milk that your child will enjoy even as they thrive.
Yeah.
Okay,
I want to
so
start this a bit.
Even as we talk about the breast milk, the
Yeah.
breast milk has benefits to both the child and the mother. Yeah, like to the mother, it has the benefits, like it helps in the uterus contracting.
Yeah.
You see, like after you've given birth and
Yes.
there's those issues. Yeah, it also to some extent help with reducing breast cancer. Sorry,
Oops.
and to the child, there are so many benefits. You can name them. Yeah.
This thing is good, eh?
It-
Yeah.
the
As in
bre-
it's heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So I think we need to look at some of the reasons why we would have a go slow on the milk, or rather a milk reduction. Some people also like taking very cold baths. You know, cold baths also don't stimulate.
yes, they
Yeah.
don't
So
stimulate.
sometimes when you need to increase your milk production, get a warm bath and ensure that you have a nice back rub. Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah.
So just the back rubs from someone who can do it for you well. Then with a warm hot towel on the back. And also warm towels also sometimes also just stimulate the production of milk, and those things help to relax.
I was going
Anything
to
that
say
can help you relax.
to relax, yes.
Yeah. And then drinks lots of water and have plenty of rest.
Rest.
Yeah.
Sure.
Plenty of rest.
Yeah.
Also, irregular
At this point,
breastfeeding will lead to
wait,
lack of
question.
Yeah.
At this point, does exercise have a role?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Please explain.
When you talk about health, you talk about it
Wholesome.
all-rounded. Yeah, it's not just nutrition. Yeah. So when you exercise, anything that is interfering with your body to reduce the flow of the breast milk, like hormonal imbalance,
Yes.
exercise can help, because through the sweat,
Yes.
for example, you get rid of the toxins and impurities that may have built up in the body.
Okay.
Yes.
It's nearly done. Actually.
So I think
That
this
is
is
just an example. There are so many, of course,
Okay.
benefits of exercise.
So that will just be. It's
Good
it's
enough.
ready. Now it's ready.
It's done. No?
So probably just turn that off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe some of the other causes for low milk production could be irregular breastfeeding. Yeah.
Irregular.
The baby not being able to latch properly.
Yeah.
Because also that stimulates the secretion of the breast.
Yeah.
Breast milk. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably we need to, and then of course there are certain foods that when we eat just interfere. Yeah. So probably we need to know what to eat. Eat plenty of fruits and
And
vegetables.
vegetables.
That
Legumes.
and drink lots of water.
And
of
drink
course.
lots of water.
Yeah.
Yes, and you have a whole array
Yeah.
of legumes, but we picked on this because
This in particular
this
has
is
a,
rich.
a
This
role
is
to
very,
play.
very rich. But you can
Yeah.
do your yellow beans, you can do your rose cocoa, you can do your what
Black
other beans?
beans.
It's a whole array of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you
And of
just
course the beans have protein,
Yeah.
which help in growth and repair of tissues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to roll out other things that will also help, especially now with the quality, because you see with legumes, again, they lack the oils, the omega fats and all that.
Yes.
So that's why we'll be bringing in now others.
Others that have.
Because remember, we're talking about a child who is well built.
Yes.
We don't want our children breastfeeding and they look like they're malnourished. So some of the things that we'll have to put in there to ensure that they're well built, at least, are the recipes that we are going to roll out after we have served this. Where have you taken our...
A plate.
Oh, we have the bowl. No, we have the
can
bowl.
serve,
is
yeah.
right here.
You wanted to
so
serve it on a plate. You want to eat it already.
that we had a
You want to
cooking
eat it?
steak.
To eat it
You had a
already.
cooking steak.
Yes. You know, Les just loves to talk.
So we had a bowl.
Alright,
we have a bowl
yes, so
right
we
there.
can serve this.
We are going to serve it right in.
There.
So you look at that color, it's,
it
might not be
almost
very
looks
interesting,
like
but
peanut sauce.
Peanut sauce,
you could make
actually.
it interesting with other things, okay?
You could put some.
What are you planning
I
to
do
do
not
with
kindly
the rest of
some
it?
Yeah, it's gonna.
You know,
I feel like putting my hands.
it's crazy
before
that Lois doesn't see that the bowl is full. Lois, allow
it's
me to
full.
please announce to you that that serving bowl is full. We
Oh, really?
always have room for replenishing.
Okay.
Okay, there's a bit of mess there. That
You could garnish with a bit of coriander.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that
is our soup. And at this particular time, we will be taking a short break. We'll be right back with more interesting recipes concerning how to improve your production of breast milk. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back. We are still on to lactating mothers and all the things that probably you could do so that you increase your breast milk production. Now, initially we had done the soup. It's ready and served. Right now we are going on to other things. The first thing that we'll be doing is what? Our tea?
Yes, the tea.
You love tea.
Ye-
Why do you want to start with tea? We have smoothie also.
I think let's call it a drink, because tea brings some confusion to some people.
Tea brings out of that.
Yeah, it brings some confusion to some people.
Our
so
drink.
Okay,
our
let's
drink.
let's call it something
something, yeah.
that goes down.
Yes.
Okay.
But you see, also tea is not, it doesn't mean tea. There's green
No,
tea,
it's
fenugreek
because
tea.
it brings some confusion. It's not.
To some
Yes.
Okay, just put the gas on.
Okay. I love the way you can argue over.
So don't get scared about the word.
Yes, it's on.
So we just have 1 cup. It's on. Huh? So we just have that.
I could give you a glass already, so you put the
I want to make a good assumption that I can properly estimate 1 teaspoon. So this is fenugreek.
Fenugreek seeds, and
So-
this has been crushed.
Yeah, this has been ground. And why would we use this? Fenugreek is a galactogogue.
Wow, big
Praise-
time.
yeah.
Big time.
Anyway, a galactogogue is something that it's used actually for that purpose. It's used specifically to deal with production of
milk.
Yeah, from the mammary glands. Okay, so this, you just probably need 1 teaspoon of it in 1 glass of hot water, and you just drink it like you would drink your normal water. Okay. Yeah.
Well, not exactly normal. Lois, I know it has a twist of a taste to
yeah,
it, but yes,
don't
you'll
sweeten
drink
it. Don't sweeten it, okay?
You'll drink it
Yeah.
for that purpose.
I'm wondering why you're not asking for this so that you stir it.
I'm giving it time to boil, then I stir it up.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You're so ready with it. Why do you have to wait for me to ask? Okay, that's nearly done. We just, yep, got a little lumpy.
You could sieve if you want,
Yeah.
but usually what happens with it, you know, it tends to get thick
Yeah.
as you proceed. So you also don't want it to be so thick before you can actually drink it. Okay.
So even as we wait for this, we've seen that one of the causes is poor latching of the baby, not being able to latch properly. So that is essential, because otherwise you'll have negative effects to both the baby and the mother. Have nipple issues, the baby might be just taking air and air, which can also lead to
The colic,
The
yeah.
yeah, so we
colic
have to
pains
ensure
we're
that our
talking
babies are
about.
latching properly. Yeah, and also the issue of hormonal imbalance.
And the good thing about methi, other people call this methi.
Yeah,
actually.
methi.
The Indians.
Yeah. So the good thing about methi is you could also use the leaves if you don't like the. And by the way, the leaves
The
taste
leaves are very,
very
good.
sweet.
They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
It could be a
steep them
good,
in water?
You could
Hot
no,
water?
no, you just put them in your soups.
Okay.
Like now, if we had methi leaves, we put in that soup. Maybe
Just,
if you're
you
making,
can use it for garnishing and at the same time for milk production.
not necessarily garnishing. You need it to just warm up a bit in your soups
Okay.
and
Okay.
stews. So if you don't
Guys,
like
this
the
is
bitter taste
done of the seeds.
of the seed, though this is more effective, but even the leaves do work. Okay, so you can throw in the leaves in your food and have that. So that's
Okay,
fine.
that's done.
Yeah, that's fine. You could just.
I want you to do
No,
it.
I'll do it. I'll let it cool. You just want me to get
Yeah, let it
burnt.
cool fast.
Let it cool a bit. That's
So this
fine.
is just ready as it is. Even we probably even not need to serve it. Okay,
Because it cools.
Okay.
That's true.
okay.
Okay, so
The next
Next.
thing that we need to do now is make our porridge.
make our porridge. Okay, so we'll
So
need
probably just get that saucepan. Then Jackie, you could assist us with some water. That's
Will
fine.
this
Hot
do?
water.
I thought I would get
No,
the
this
other
is
one, but
fine.
it's fine.
This is
Okay,
fine.
some hot water.
Hot
Yeah.
water.
Now fire is on. Remember, it's fast foods.
Yeah. So for this, what we are going to have in there
What
is.
quantity or you just put randomly?
Oh, I have there's the cup. You can do.
And
Hot water
can
in
do-
a plastic.
no, that's
this is
Maybe
okay,
warm it
this
up.
is
Jackie.
BPA free. I mean,
BPA
just
free.
use
Yes.
it.
Ah,
Why would we
That's
have it here
okay.
if it was not?
okay.
Yeah.
No money.
That's-
So-
okay,
One is to
so
a-
how much
Okay.
oat?
Just put 3 cups.
Okay,
3 cups.
Now, oats, something about it. Yes, it has
Of
the
course,
roughage.
for breast milk, you need to invest a lot in whole grains.
Whole grains,
Yeah.
yes.
So whole grain foods tend to be very good in the milk production.
Yeah.
So that is why we are having oats in this porridge.
Lois, down there, there's another.
Okay.
Because also
Wooden
it's a
spoon?
carbohydrate.
Yes.
It helps in energy
Yeah.
because of the glucose that you get from it. Yeah.
And of
This
course
is
the
hot
calories,
water
huh?
already.
Yeah, the low calories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
because it's a complex carbohydrate. Yeah.
So we need that also.
Okay.
You
And the
don't
feeling
want to
of-
be having so much milk and at the same time growing so big.
Yeah. So yeah. So it
this one
has
helps
it makes
you
you
strike the
feel
balance.
full.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But-
you end up not eating a lot or excess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We
you
are
also have a lot of
enriching
milk.
You have a
This-
lot of milk and
This
Yeah.
porridge,
nutrients also.
So we also want to make our babies well built.
very, very well.
We don't want
And
them
so we're going to use
to put
there
in some nuts. So this is ground cashew nut, but you could also put in almonds.
almonds, yeah.
Ground almonds would also be good, or
How
any other
about-
pistachios, name it.
Many other.
Yeah. That would also help with milk, but
With
we'll
the
allow
milk.
that just to
Yeah, we'll need
to pick up a bit.
a bit of time
Yeah.
here.
So the next thing that we'll be preparing for this, actually, we put this here for us to see. Okay.
Yeah, the
This is what
fenugreek
fi-
seeds before they're crushed.
Yeah, this is what they look like. So if you're going to go out to look for them, look for something that looks like this. If you have a grinder in your house, you could just have it ground from the house. All right? So that will
So
allow this
we-
to come to a boil.
Yes.
Then we'll add our cashew
Now cashew.
nut powder. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, we've mentioned 2 very important things. The mother's state of mind has a lot to do with milk production.
Yeah.
And so as a mother lactates, it's important that they get enough rest, get to sleep well. They get to
And also
even
spend
just
time. You
relax.
spend time also with the baby because
Spend time with the
yeah,
baby.
because the
important.
distance also.
Yeah, that is the issue of irregular breastfeeding.
Yeah.
It comes in, yeah.
Yeah. So don't stay away from your child for too long. Yeah, make sure that, because actually the sight of the baby sometimes also induces.
Yes, yes. Now tell me something. I didn't experience this much, but I've heard people say, you know, like they've stepped out of the home and
the baby was sleeping.
And the baby was asleep, and they'll tell you, my baby is awake.
Yeah.
Or my baby is crying.
You feel
Let
something.
me go. There is something.
Yes.
For
That
me,
happens.
that's something that I cannot explain. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe just God's ways
Yeah,
of
it's God's way of-
making
making us
more
alert. Yeah.
Yes, but there's a feeling,
Yeah.
you know,
When you go out,
which is
you'll feel when you notice that the milk just wants to begin to leak. Just know the child has
the
woken
child
up.
has woken
Sure.
up.
So you rush back to
you
the
rush
house.
back. Interesting. Lois, I
Yeah.
think we can just thicken this.
Okay.
Yeah, it will help.
Put all of it. Well,
Yeah,
there's no harm.
it's cashew.
yeah. So
Okay.
It's cashew.
we
You
need
can
to be
almost say
very
the more the
cautious as
better.
lactating mothers,
Yeah.
ensuring that our bodies are in a good state. Because if our body, for example, our hormones are
Yeah.
not in a good state, you know, for the breast, it has to wait for signals from the hormones
Yeah.
so as to produce milk. So if we have hormonal imbalance, then it affects the production of milk. Yeah, and because we have the prolactin hormone, which produces milk, or
Milk, yeah.
sends signals to the breast so that it can be able to produce milk. Yeah, so,
So-
also the health of the mother, really,
Yeah.
we need to be
if they
cautious
get
about
sick,
it. And
the milk production also goes down.
I know of a community in this country that feeds mothers primarily on, you know, the traditional vegetables?
Yeah.
Yes. Osuga, dek, and all. Something about that.
Yeah. So actually, the good thing about those indigenous vegetables
Yes.
is they also tend to deal with the colic as well. Because they are sort of bitter and they're palatable, but they are not sugary.
and they're also rich in iron and calcium, which is
Yes.
good for the
Yes.
strength of the bones of
Yeah.
the child as well as you.
Yeah.
Because you realize after you've conceived,
Yeah.
you also need to build your bones.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that we'll be able to stand for long.
Yes. Be able to stand for long and be able to do your activities
Yeah.
without any strain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that is
So
getting
probably
there.
if someone wanted to sweeten this, another
Yes.
thing that would be very good for lactation, which we probably missed out in this, was we would crush dates, blend dates. Yeah, dates also have a very they're also very good for increasing breast milk production. So if you had
looking
this,
at
your
their
oat porridge
iron
there,
content,
Yeah.
yes, and that makes sense.
So if
Also
you-
bananas, because bananas have serotonin, which improves sleep.
Yeah.
And maybe you have issues with your
Sleep.
baby sleeping or yourself sleeping.
Yeah.
Also that can work as a sweetener
Yeah.
as well as helping improve the sleep.
Yeah, so probably you'd want to put in some dates and raisins there as well. And by the way, and this is just a meal. You
Yeah.
could just have that. It's heavy because of the nuts and the whole grain in the oats. And that's just about it.
Okay.
So the next thing we want to make is our smoothie,
yeah,
which is also,
this is done.
this will also be considered a natural galactagogue. Yes, our scholar.
She learned this stuff. Say that again. Galactagogue.
Galactagogue.
I know you love it. You know, I know where she comes from.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is done.
Yeah.
This is done.
So Jackie, probably you just prepare that blender for us. Eh?
Okay.
Then we just go in. Remember, we are doing a fast food and it needs to be fast. Okay.
Okay.
So just put that
we
in.
Probably will need a spoon to help.
Yeah. Just put that in quickly. I would want to peel this kiwi up here. All right. So Jackie, you're okay with that? Just get
Yeah.
us a bit. That needs a bit more water.
A
More
bit of water.
Yeah. Just a bit of water.
So yeah, the bananas are good for fiber, hence helping the baby from being constipated, because we've realized that what we take really affects our breast milk, and the breast milk affects the health
Hand me
of
over
the
the
child.
plate quickly.
So it's rich of fiber. It has serotonin, which improves sleep and improves mood.
Yeah.
So also benefiting the child and yourself as well.
Yeah.
If you have issues with sleep, then
Okay.
you're good to go with the.
So Jackie, you could have this in there as well. The other thing that we're going to put in there is our chia seeds. Why would you need this in your breast milk? Chia
Because
seeds have all essential amino acids.
So,
Okay. And they also have the omega, the omegas that are there, and the healthy fats as well. So put in the chia as well. So this, you could just crush it or have it ground and put it in the smoothie. So it's a good source of protein as well in your smoothie. For the days you don't feel like eating something cooked and you still need a lot of milk. Okay. So you just have you blend that quickly.
Okay.
Then we'll be.
There.
We're done?
It's ready, yeah.
Okay, a bit more.
A bit more.
Just a bit. So it's done.
Yeah.
It's
So
done.
you could just
So we
serve
could
that.
Just go ahead and serve it.
Yeah.
Just hand over one of those glasses.
I think also our fenugreek
Yeah, now you can
tea has
serve
cooled.
it. Wow. Look at how thick and heavy it is. Very nice.
So this probably, if you wanted to use it in the house, you'd need to sieve it. I think you see those many lumps that are there.
That are there.
Yeah.
We
So
can put it
why have you
out
only
here.
put that in one glass, Tabby? What plans do you have?
No plans. No plans. We
Why
just
would
served
it
that.
intentionally be in one glass and we are three over here? I always talk to you about these things.
You always have issues. Can you please relax? You will get your share. That one I'm assuring you. Okay. Now,
okay.
I think this is important. You know, a take-home message for me that it's not just the milk,
Yeah.
but the quality of the, milk.
quality of
Yeah.
the milk.
Yeah.
That counts a lot.
Yeah.
And then another is that my stress levels translate to the baby.
Yeah.
And so it is so important that as a breastfeeding mother, you keep your mind in tune.
Exactly.
And in tune with God would be
Amen.
one of the best things to do.
Sure.
Yes, so that as you relax, as you feed the baby, they get the benefit
Yeah.
of the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically,
have
that's what we had concerning this. Would like you to try that out. If you know a friend who is breastfeeding and they're having issues with milk, please just share some of these recipes with them.
So we'll recommend the black beans.
Yeah, the soup
And
is
the
very
beans, you
good.
know, you could even do the beans the normal way we do it.
Yeah.
It would still be very
Yes.
nice. You could recommend
Also, we should avoid fatty foods.
fatty foods,
Yeah.
right?
Foods with high concentrations of free radicals also.
Yeah.
all
Also,
that.
the animal products,
Yes.
dairy and
Yeah.
meat products,
They
yeah, because
tend
of
to
taking long to digest.
Yeah.
They don't have
so
any
that
benefit.
fermentation begins, and that fermentation can easily be transferred to the baby.
To the
No
baby.
wonder
Yeah.
we get a lot of these infections. Yeah,
Yes.
you know, the whitish, whatever that you
Yeah.
see in the
Yeah.
baby's tongues. Yes, that actually shows there's a problem. Yeah, and fermentation could be part of that problem.
Yeah. So all these are just awesome recipes that would help you with lactation or help a friend, as we said. Remember to share these recipes with them. That is what we had for you for today concerning breastfeeding and increasing milk production. I was your host, Lois Otiende. This was my co-host.
Tabitha Ochieng.
And we had our special guest.
Jacqueline Muthe, always a blessing to be here.
Yeah. So remember to try out these things: the oat porridge, the smoothie, the soup, and we hope you will have a good experience. Until next time.
Bye.